Today's stories include what's going on with Lost Soul Aside, Tim Sweeney's response to Unreal Engine 5 issues, and former Black Panther devs join a new studio. We'll have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Thursday, August 28th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Blessing, Adioye Jr. Joining me is the master of hype, Snowbike Mike.
My main man, Bless. Good morning. It's Thursday, big dog. One day closer to you up in Seattle at PAX West.
Oh, yeah. It's happening.
It's
going on vacation.
Little vacation.
Little vacation. Little vacation. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good, Bless. I had a nice night away from Pokemon. My big Nuzlocke continues. And so it's just a good night to, celebrate reset. I've noticed that I've been going hard in the paint with this game and in this journey where it is every day, multiple hours of grinding, learning from the chat, getting better as a Pokemon trainer and a master. But you know what? I got as far as I've ever been. I completed Gym 4 in Pokemon Emerald.
Nice.
And so I'm at the top of the volcano, and I'm just happy to be like, you know what? Let's take a night. Let's celebrate what you've done.
Let's take it all in.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break. What number playthrough is this for you so far?
This is number 7.
Number 7?
Number 7.
Oh, my God.
This is technically the first official Nuzlocke where I'm following all the rules. You know, me and Nick and Kevin, we called it the Nick Lock because we changed some of the rules.
Yeah.
I was doing the Mike Lock for the first 6. Now on number 7, I'm following the rules.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm rooting for you.
Thank you, Bless.
Yeah, you got me excited
Bless.
for Pokemon, but I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to hold off until Pokemon Z to A comes out.
Hey, man.
Z to A.
Dude, they got real-time battles? That's crazy.
Yeah, which I got to get my hands on it. I still don't know how I feel about it.
I wanted to put up a meme because I was listening to Kinda Funny Games Daily when I think you guys were talking about it.
Yeah.
And it was like, take your Pokemon and sneak attack them. And I was just thinking of Splinter Cell, like my Pokemon choking somebody
you
out
just
from the
fucking
back.
snap somebody's neck. Golly. Well, Mike, we don't have time to waste here because we have a lot of news stories. Because remember,
I can't waste some time. I gotta waste one time.
well, waste one time because I just got signed out of my Google Doc.
I have something special to share with you and the audience. Of course, Blessing, you and Andy are going to PAX this weekend. But your boy Snowbike Mike got a special package from his friends over at Treyarch and Activision. Bless, can you read this note for me? What does it say today?
It says, welcome. We have been expecting you. On September 30th, you will see the importance of our work. Safeguarding tomorrow, now.
Kevin, if you have the top-down view, because Blessing,
we do not,
inside of this box, we have a very special video that is played. Is there some
there's a
numbers on
video.
that? There's some numbers on that card, Bless?
I mean, 9:30 for September 30th. So yeah, 930.
Let's spin the dial. Chat, there's a special code and lock on this. And of course, this is celebrating Call of Duty next.
Yeah, since we don't have the top-down camera, I'll describe it.
You can see the virus, the fear virus.
Is this some Mission Impossible type stuff? What is this? Oh, yeah, that's cool. It's like a screen in the box.
It's a screen in the box.
There's a screen in the box. Damn, I feel like Ethan Hunt right now.
So, of course, thank you to all the Kinda Funny best friends, Activision, Treyarch, and, all of you that make this dream a reality. Thank you
smoke
for
just turned into a butterfly. It's
the love
fine right now.
Your boy, Snowbike Mike, will be boots on the ground,
cool.
Excited to report live from Call of Duty next, just like we did last year. So we'll have the fun. I'll be telling you all the good times and reporting live from Vegas.
I'm really excited for you. What does make me sad is that I believe that weekend is the same weekend as MagicCon Atlanta.
Don't
I'm
get
going
started.
to. I'm going to MagicCon Atlanta.
I'm jealous.
I've been talking to my friends about it for since MagicCon Chicago that me and you went to, and I was like, I gotta make Atlanta happen. I gotta make Atlanta happen, and we're making Atlanta happen. And so sad I'm not gonna have you there.
You and I are making a rule. Okay, you ready for this?
No.
We're going to the Vegas MagicCon every year now.
Every year, you want to go to Vegas?
Well, I mean,
MagicCon.
let's start with one, but let's make this a rule, Bless, because we had so much fun at MagicCon.
You understand that MagicCon Vegas, at least this last one, was in June.
Yeah.
In the height of Summer Game Fest.
You hit me with I got Summer Game Fest, I got to Switch too, and I was like, blessed, but what if we added to the fun and we hit them with MagicCon?
I'm not going to do anything that's going to take away from my coverage of the Switch 2 and Summer Game Fest. But maybe next year, we'll see where it lands next year. Next year also has Evos in June, and so we'll have to see where it lands. But enough about that. Okay. Let's get into today's stories. Because remember, this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Each and every week that we run you through the nerdy news and need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be a part of the show, submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. Housekeeping for you. We're an 11-person business all about live talk shows. So today, after KFGD, you're going to get Gamescast, which is Greg talking about how he's played Pokemon Legends Z to A. Z to A. We stopped calling it ZA.
ZA, yeah. Once
Greg,
we learned it was Z to A, then we stopped immediately.
Greg went to the event, and all of a sudden, he got all professional.
He learned about it.
He learned,
yeah.
and he was like, it's Z to A now.
It was pretty cool coverage from him, too.
Yeah.
At the Pokemon World Championship.
We're going to hear more about it right after this. After Gamescast is Prey in review. Then the stream after that is Abyssus, the little co-op roguelite shooter underwater.
Nailed it.
It looks cool.
A first-person shooter roguelike. This is one, Andy made me and him play the robot one, RoboQuest, because he loves that one. Now this is 1 to 4 players, and I'm hoping he enjoys it as well. It's got some good buzz behind it when it first dropped.
Is it like Gunfire Reborn? Do you know Gunfire Reborn?
I've seen Gunfire Reborn.
Chat, if you've played Gunfire Reborn, is Abyssus just Gunfire Reborn underwater? Let me know.
Oh, okay.
Let me know.
Okay.
If you're a Kind of Funny member, today's Greg Way is blank. Greg didn't fill it out today, but I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's wonderful.
Well, yesterday you talked about how he's Taylor Swift to our audience.
Who are you to our audience, do you think? Who do you think you are to our audience?
Carrot Top, just an idiot.
Here's the thing.
Idiot.
That's the same energy of me accidentally calling myself Stephen A. Smith. Because, like, I see where you pull the Carrot Top from, but no. I put you above. I put you above Carrot Top in my eyes.
Okay,
just like I should put myself above Stephen A. Smith, I guess, in my eyes.
Above Stephen A. Smith.
This was, I don't know if I told the context of this. I put out a Blue Sky where I went to a Clips concert a few days ago.
I saw you post from there. Yeah. It looked fun. Yeah.
And I met up with some friends, and there were some new people, and like we're hanging out in the group on a rooftop bar right before the concert. It was a good vibe.
That's a vibe.
It was a great vibe.
You're taking advantage of San Francisco now.
Oh, it was a fantastic vibe.
After it.
But then, like, and everybody's going around, like, talking about what they do, and all these people work for tech companies. It's like, oh, this guy works for Apple, this guy works for Amazon, this guy works for, like, this guy.
I see you.
Oh, this guy works for Google, and it gets to me, and I'm like, oh, you know, I work for an independent media company. You know, we make podcasts and stuff like that.
That's how you say it.
That's how I say it.
Okay, I like that.
And then like the two people that know me, they're like, he's underselling it, yada yada. And like I don't know what the words are to describe what I do.
Yeah.
And like sports came into play, so they're like, oh, because one of them was like, well, you do like journalism, and I'm like, no, I'm not a journalist. I'm more of a pundit.
Yeah,
you know, think of it more as like Stephen A. Smith.
Okay.
And then they're like, oh, you're like Stephen A. Smith for video games, and I was like, ooh, I mean, and I couldn't. I was kind of just like, yeah, sure. Why not? Like,
I mean, that's a very high compliment. Stephen A. Smith at the top of his game.
And that's what I thought. And then I said that on Blue Sky, and everybody was like, bless your way. People thought I was like hating on myself. People thought I was putting myself down.
Do you want to be Mike Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser, the OGs of the game?
Those aren't real names.
That's PTI. Pardon the interruption.
Okay.
Those guys are the OGs. You know, I mean, Stephen A. Smith, kind of a new face. He's been around for a while now, top of his game. Okay, interesting.
Sure. Maybe
you want to be a Pablo Torre? You want to be a Mina Kimes?
Can I be the Michael Cole? I'll be a Mina Kimes. Mina Kimes seems cool.
Yeah, Mina Kimes got game. She's blossoming and being an incredible superstar.
But then
now,
who are you?
Who am I?
Because I don't accept Carrot Top. Yeah. Who are you in that? Like, what are we comparing you to for video games?
If I was gonna get down in there, right? Who would be your favorite jabroni? Let's see. Okay. Let me sit down. Let me think about it.
Who's the dude that does commentary for WWE sometimes, but he also is in football and stuff?
Oh, you call me the Pat McAfee of video games.
I can see Pat McAfee.
Okay. He's a little bit bigger than me. I could be like third chair on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
Like that guy. Where you're like, enough. I like that guy's energy, but sometimes he could be off the show. You know what I mean?
Chat, figure it out for me. Also, I also saw not in the news, but like I was listening to the podcast. Apparently, Stephen A. Smith been saying some wild shit, so maybe I should compare myself.
Some wild shit.
He was saying some wild shit. I was like, ooh, maybe not. Maybe I'll distance myself. But chat, figure it out for me. Who am I? Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney the Psalm Twining. Today we're brought to you by Xreal, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 9 stories today.
A baker's dozen.
9 stories, starting with our number 1. Early Lost Soul aside, PS5 reviews are axed as comprehensive day 1 patch is announced. This is Robert Ramsey at Push Square. Lost Soul aside, the PS5, previously PS4 action game that's been in development for what feels like a lifetime, will receive what sounds like a significant day 1 patch. As revealed on social media by the title's official accounts, the update, which will be available to download on August 29th, features comprehensive performance optimizations and stability improvements. In other words, we're fully expecting Lost Soul aside to be a bit of a mess without this patch. In turn, that probably means a distinct lack of reviews on the game's release. Publishers will usually hold back on review code if their game has clear technical issues. The day 1 patch also covers visually enhanced effects, overall audio refinements, and final polishing and gameplay upgrades. Naturally, developer Ulti0 strongly recommends downloading and installing this patch before playing.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. This article, it's like a day or two old.
Okay.
Right? There's a tweet that Kev has pulled up here from the Lost Soul aside Twitter account detailing the day 1 patch. The reason why I bring this up now is because Lost Soul aside is out tomorrow. Mike, this morning, I woke up at 6:30, as I do, to go to the gym. I wake up, I go to the gym. I then see that my gym is closed for renovations.
So you went to the other one down the road.
No, I went home. Is what I did. I went home and I was like, I tried. You know, that's all I ask myself. Is
I
that
gave
I
a valiant effort
I
today.
gave a valiant effort. I would have done it if they let me in, but guess what? It was closed. I came home. I got back under my covers.
Smart move.
I got back under my covers and I picked up my phone to play some Magic the Gathering Arena.
Even better move.
And when I picked up my phone, I saw a little Gmail notification.
Oh.
I got an email in. That email had a Lost Soul aside code in it. I read the email.
Okay.
I read the embargo. There is no embargo, is what it said.
Meaning it's game time.
Meaning it's game time. Meaning you can play that game then and now. So what I did, I got up out of my bed.
Whoa.
I downloaded Lost Soul aside. I streamed for an hour this morning. I streamed my gameplay of Lost Soul aside for an hour before work this morning.
Let's bring up his Twitch stream right away and
so
see
I could
this.
talk about it a little bit. Because I've been so interested in this video game for years, Mike.
Yes, you and Andy have identified it. I mean, whenever we sit down and see this, you or Andy pipe up and talk about like what could be and what might happen.
Yes.
And so where did it land?
It's not Lost Soul aside, it's not a bad video game.
Okay.
Also not a good video game.
Okay.
That's where I'm at so far, and that's only within an hour of playing.
Okay.
I think for context, right, to build it up, if you don't know what Lost Soul aside is, it's a PlayStation published game. I don't know if they're calling it first party, but it is a game that's part, I believe, of either their China Hero project or the Korean Hero project.
Great job. Yeah, I'm looking it up. Supported by Sony's China Hero project right there.
There you go. It is a project that started off as a one-person developed thing, and then it grew over time. If you look at the trailers for this game, it looks like Final Fantasy 13 Versus. Do you know what Final Fantasy 13 Versus is?
No.
It's a Final Fantasy game that was announced like a decade and a half ago that never came out, but then kind of came out as Final Fantasy 15 because they changed the name. It's a whole thing. Basically, think dark, edgy Final Fantasy with action in it.
Like the one where he yells, "I'm gonna kill chaos."
It has some of that energy, yeah. This game looks heavily inspired by that, and also heavily inspired by a lot of different Final Fantasies / you look at the combat, and the combat reminds me of a Platinum game, or like a Nier, or like a Devil May Cry, right? You know, heavy, fast action type of game. That excites me. I love those kind of games. Playing this first hour, I think the first thing that was very evident to me was that, one, this feels AA, and then also, this feels like somebody saw Final Fantasy and just tried to recreate Final Fantasy with like action mechanics. And it kind of bummed me out a little bit because it's hard for me to, as I'm playing this game. Oh, you're looking at my game.
I'm bringing up
right
your
now?
YouTube right now. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to send that to Kevin if Kevin wants to show gameplay. Maybe
I will.
As I'm playing through the game, I am finding nothing that's really jumping out to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm going through the motions of, all right, cool. I'm walking around with this character that looks like he's trying to be Noctis / the Final Fantasy 13 Versus character. I am talking to other characters that aren't really giving me anything worthwhile. I'm now going through these levels that have like a lot going on as far as like them being placed in like these big environments, but the combat encounters I'm getting into, I'll get into, and it's like, all right, fight 2 guys, that's over in 5 seconds, and then I move on to the next thing, right? Like, they're not really giving me much substance either in story or in gameplay here that's making me super engaged with what's happening. Right now, Kevin has the gameplay pulled up, Mike, and like, again, Mike, you look at this and you go, oh, this looks like a Final Fantasy.
There's a game that comes to mind.
Stranger Paradise?
No, not Mirror's Edge, but Infinity Edge. Remember the one that was on Xbox that was made by one person and it was super short?
Memory Infinite.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's giving me these kind of vibes right now, okay?
Yes.
From the way you're describing it, at least.
And again, you're seeing the gameplay here, right? I'm going through these levels. The main, like a lot of the main obstacles in this first hour of the video game are find these blue crystals so you can open up the way.
Now, are we chalking this up maybe to, hey, first hour tutorial, we're slow rolling this? Like, can we chalk it up to that? Or do you think we're not seeing much more past this?
I think I can chalk it up a little bit to that.
Okay.
What I will say is that it is not a great first hour if you're just trying to display why this game's fun. If you're trying to pull people in, I think that first hour of a video game needs to be the hook. I think you need to get the control you need to get control of the player character in players' hands and let them feel that fun immediately. They did not do that in a really good way. That said, like halfway through this demo, they gave me an additional combat tutorial because I met my little buddy, my little like ghost fucking demon guy that now floats around me that gives me special powers.
Shout out to those little buddies, top 10 little buddies.
Shout out to my little guy. Yeah, he's a little guy that floats around. Met him, and that allowed me to like kind of go into my super mode by pressing R2, L2. That gives me like extra combat abilities. That allowed me like an extra jump on my double jump. That allowed me an extra like dash roll thing that went down, right? And like even that alone, I was like, oh, the combat already feels a slightly bit better. When I go into my menu, even being this far into the video game, right? Like I'm sure this is probably 40 to 50 minutes in. When I go into my menu, there are like 4 locked menu options that are like skill tree kind of things. Is that its equipment is locked, right? Like things that might be aimed more toward long-term progression. All that stuff is locked in the first hour. So they don't really give you even a good preview of, oh, this is how I'm going to build over time. All that said, putting down the controller after this first hour of playing, I don't really want to go back.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, I it'd be one thing if I saw those hints of, oh, this is where this could go, and I was excited about getting there. I was excited about leveling up my character or anything like that. But the combat feels so fine and so basic. Honestly, it's like it's serviceable as far as it feels good to like hack and slash things. Yeah. Right. But there's so many different action games, so many different hack and slash style action games that I have that like there's not really anything here that jumps out at me immediately where I'm like, oh, okay, this is the thing that I'd want to do. And then story doesn't appeal to me. The characters so far aren't really doing anything to me. There's been a lot of awkward moments as far as like cut scenes and like character interactions and like audio cutting out weirdly at the end of cut scenes where I'm like, oh, there just feels like there's a lot missing. There's an energy that's missing in this video game. It feels empty-ish.
You know, it's interesting, Bless, you talk about this and kind of where the game is at right now. And I want to direct it towards more the developer, right? Of like first time game out here. Is this one of those where we can build off of and learn and get to a sequel? Or do you think we won't see something else from this team, right?
I mean,
that's kind of the moment we're in now. It's like you get like one really good chance and then it's tough to get a second chance.
My hope for this game, as we were leading into it, was that it would be like a Stellar Blade, to where, hey, it's not a 10 out of 10, but it's a damn good time that I'd want to see iterated upon, and I'd want to see more from. Stellar Blade, I want to see a sequel, because I think you can take that game and mold it into something that's even better. This game, I'm not even getting that, right? Like, if this was something that I would say is good or great, then maybe. Right now, I'm in the okay to mediocre range of how I feel about this so far. And again, this is me speaking about my first hour. This is like, you know, this is a preview, right? This is like, you know, early, so it's hard for me to speak on like, you know, where you go from here. That said, again, I'm in a place where I'm like, all right, after that first hour, I'm not enticed to go back. I'm so curious, so curious to see what reviews for this game are like.
It's interesting because you say you're at like a mediocre right there to an okay. And when we talk about, hey, maybe giving it another try, right? At that kind of nestled in point, it's interesting of like, there's just so many games. It's tough to be like, yeah, I want to go back to a possible mediocre game and continue to give more of my time when there are great games that I still haven't played that I need to go.
Especially
get after.
right now. Especially when we're on the precipice of a Silk Song. Especially when we have like Hell Is Us is coming out soon, and there's the Marvel Tokon beta that's happening next week as well. Like, you know, Borderlands is not that far away. There's Chronos that's coming out next week as well. There are so many games happening. And if you remember, Mike, this game was originally coming out the same week, if not maybe even the same day as Elden Ring Nightreign, and then got delayed until here. And one of the things that surprised me this week was that it felt like there wasn't any sort of like grand marketing push from PlayStation. Because remember, PlayStation published, right? Yeah. We're coming off of Gamescom opening night live. We're coming off of Gamescom, the event. We're going into PAX. Right now, everybody is marketing their video games. Coming off of Gamescom, the fact that I wasn't seeing like hands-on previews for Lost Soul aside, and the game was about to come out, for me, that was the canary in the coal mine of, oh, this is not going to be a fantastic video game.
Of course.
And so I'm curious to see where people land when they actually finish this thing. Expect reviews to come out next week, I imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, from my first hour of playing, I'm like, oh man, it bummed me out to come out of it like this.
Do you think this game finds an audience, though? Are there the Stellar Blade sickos, those people chasing that kind of action high, that like that look of this game provides, that maybe they'll give it a chance even without the reviews being out here?
I think some people, yeah, but I'll put myself in that audience of, I'll play a fucking action game. You know what I mean? I'll play a 7 out of 10 action game. But for me, here's the comparison I'll make. Because I'll bring in Stranger of Paradise into this in a more strong way, right? Where I played through Stranger of Paradise and I liked it, even though that game was like fine. I would say fine to good. I would say Stranger of Paradise is like an example of a 6.5, 7 out of 10 video game for me, but I really, really enjoyed it. I'd rather go back and play more Stranger of Paradise than go back and play this game after its first hour. And I think part of that is how authentically Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise is, because they have the IP and it really is a Final Fantasy game, right? I think the combat in that game felt a bit more engaging. I think even the first hour, even though there's a lot of hokey stuff going on with its cutscenes and its characters, and it can be very campy and corny, it was still fun to me. I think here the characters are overly serious in a way where it'd be one thing if it was like the main character is serious, but everything around him is goofy. It's like, no, this is all kind of like bland and melodramatic in a way where I wish there was a more goofy side character. Yeah. I wish there was more stuff happening in the world where I was like, oh, okay, that's the funny guy. Oh, that's the guy that's like, I don't know, that like this guy has a bit that's like, you know, that I'm here for, that I'm following with, that I'm falling in love with. None of the characters are doing anything for me in a way where I'm like, oh man, now it's just boring. Like it's not even mediocre in a fun way. It's just mediocre in a boring way.
Well, bless, I and the audience appreciate you waking up so early in the morning, getting right to this game, to at least give us the heads up.
I appreciate you saying that I got up specifically to play this.
You could have drove down to the other gym a couple blocks down the road, but you chose to go back home, and you know what? You gave us this great preview. So for the audience out there, now you got the heads up. If you're jumping in or waiting on reviews, now you know to maybe wait a moment and see what other people say.
Yeah,
or,
see what people say.
Of course, if you jump in, let us know what you think of it, as Blessing might not return.
Yeah. Let's move on to story number 2. Unreal Engine 5 performance issues are mainly due to devs not optimizing properly, Epic CEO Tim Sweeney says. This is from Chris Scullion at VGC. The CEO of Epic Games has suggested that some platforms struggle to run Unreal Engine 5 games because developers aren't optimizing them properly. It's been suggested in recent years that Unreal Engine 5's demanding technical requirements can sometimes mean that running UE5 games on less powerful hardware can result in poor performance and sluggish gameplay. Epic Games founder and CEO Tim Sweeney, who created Unreal Engine in the first place, says the reason for this isn't necessarily the fault of the engine itself, but the way developers are using it. In a media roundtable interview during the latest Unreal Fest event in Seoul, South Korea, Sweeney was asked if Epic Games was doing anything to address claims of optimization issues with Unreal Engine 5 games. As reported by Korean website This Is Game, Sweeney suggested that too many developers focus on making their games for the most powerful hardware, then try to optimize for less powerful systems at the end of the development process, causing issues. Quote, "Of course, optimization is by no means an easy task. It's a very challenging one. Ideally, optimization should be implemented early in development before full-scale content build begins. We're preparing 2 major solutions to address this issue. One is to strengthen Unreal Engine support. Optimization requires significant manual effort, so we plan to provide automated optimization features for various devices, making the process faster and easier for developers. The other is to strengthen developer training. In addition to providing education on the overall testing and optimization process, it's crucial to raise awareness of the importance of early optimization. If necessary, our engineers can provide direct intervention to raise awareness of optimization techniques and provide technical assistance. Quote, we're actively incorporating the optimization technology and expertise we've accumulated while servicing Fortnite into Unreal Engine and are working diligently to ensure the game runs smoothly even on low-spec PCs. End quote. Mike.
Damn, Bless, he said you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, he pointed the finger.
He just straight up looked at y'all and said you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bless, I can't give you much insight on this as I've never been in the game development world. I really don't know the tech behind it all. We'd have to find someone doing it day in and day out. But that is a wild one for him to be like, y'all are doing it wrong. But also it seems like, hey, they've seen that you're doing it wrong and they're going to address that and try to help you out with a couple of options here to maybe get you doing it a little bit better if that's really true.
Yeah. Have you seen, because I feel like lately the conversation's picked up as far as Unreal Engine 5 and games not like running as well on Unreal Engine 5. Like, has it seemed like a big deal from like what you've heard about things? Because I feel like I only hear it when I'm on this show or when I'm listening to the show.
No, only if it would be around you and Andy and the really into it people around there. I don't hear this much from my friends or anybody like that.
I guess I'll ask the question in chat too of like, is this a thing that you've noticed, and is this a thing that genuinely feels like a consistent problem amongst Unreal Engine 5 games? Because yeah, I don't think if I clocked it earlier, I maybe would have like been like, all right, this is Unreal Engine 5, let's see how this performed, type thing, right? But I've not looked at it in that way. That said, reading through this story, I think my big thing as I started reading it was like, all right, Tim Sweeney's pointing the finger, like, are y'all doing anything to help? And then he listed ways that they're helping, and so I think that's the big thing is, oh, okay, so you're taking steps.
Yeah, I think that's what you want to hear, right, from the people who are providing you the product there for you to use. It's like, okay, well, if I'm doing it wrong, give me ways to learn and try to make it better. And so I know in the future and we can address this. And it seems like they're giving you some options there.
Yeah, which is great.
I mean, who better to hear it from if Fortnite is on Unreal Engine 5 and that's the big dog in town? Teach me the ways then. Let me make my game as great and figure out the ways that you're doing it.
Yeah. I want to bring in a super chat from Flying Penguins who writes in and says, Bless, I love you and you're better than Greg, but that preview seems a little disingenuous. The first hour is not enough time to judge a game, and then they leave a heart emoticon.
Okay. I mean, he gave you the first hour without reviews being out early.
Yeah.
I mean, he gave you his thoughts, but I think the first hour, Bless, is a game when it's supposed to capture you. You know, the first hour is, hey, let me show you the systems, let me get you engaged, and let me get you excited.
Yeah.
I mean, then after that, we roll.
To that, I'd say that yesterday we did a Gamescast on Outer Worlds 2, where we all played the first 45 minutes of Outer Worlds 2 and gave you an hour-long, like, discussion about it, right? Like, this is the way that video game previews work. I'm not sitting here being like, oh, I'm giving this game a 5 out of 10, and that's my final score, right? Like, I'm giving you the context of, I played an hour of this game. This is how I feel after playing an hour of this game. Flying Penguins, it's on you for what you want to take out of that, right? Like, I feel like it's totally fair to talk about your feelings about a thing if you give the right context around it. If that's not enough for you, then that's not enough for you. But I don't think it's disingenuous by any means. Kyle wrote in and says, it wasn't mentioned during the topic, so I want to at least shout out, there's a demo coming out for Lost Soul Aside tomorrow for those interested, which is a good point. Yes, there's a demo that they announced today that's coming out. Or tomorrow that's coming up. DJ Kento writes in and says, just want to say, Blessing looks fresh as fuck. You hit up your barber because damn, dude, hair is sick. Also, hi, Mike. You're cool, too.
Thank you. His hair does look very sick. It looks good.
I appreciate
like it, Bless. I am still waiting on you. You promised me. You said, Mike, I'm growing it out. I'm going to do something different. And I love the look right now. I think you look great right now. I think you look sharp. But like you did say you were going to try something different. I haven't seen that out of you yet.
Yeah. I'm still seeing people say that you can't make a definitive decision after an hour. I want to hear more about that. If you want to chat in or super chat in, because like, I totally disagree.
You can or cannot.
That they're saying that you cannot make a definitive decision after an hour of playing a game.
Okay.
As far as like what your thoughts on it are. And I can't reiterate this enough that I'm not
I-
giving a final score.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that the game is
Interesting.
bad. I'm just saying
I feel
that
like
the
if I
first
give you
hour-
a game and I said, okay, we're gonna sit down here uninterrupted. You're gonna be totally focused for a full hour.
Yeah.
By the end of that hour, you would be able to look at me and go, I'd play more of that, or no, I'm good.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to play more of this after an hour.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fair thing to say about a video game. And also, if that's your opinion, then like you got to throw out a large portion of video game previews that come out. Because I guess to peel back the curtain, right? Like, video game previews are usually going to be 30 minutes to 4 hours, right? And like, people will write full articles, people will do full episodes of podcasts, people will do full videos based off of that first 30 minutes to a few hours of playing a video game. And so I don't know if this is maybe a disconnect thing or like an education thing of, hey, this is how video game previews work. And also, it's not, I would also say that this is the embargo timing that they gave us, right? I got the code in this morning with no embargo, which means that, hey, I'm gonna make the content that I'm gonna make based off of the timing that you gave me this code, right? And like, for me, guess what? I can't put out a full review of this game by tomorrow, and probably we're not gonna do a review of this game because I don't know if there's interest for it like that. But like, yeah, people are gonna put out their early impressions when you give them a code the day before launch with no embargo. That's just how this works. Kebab's right in and says, birthday tax, KFs and BFs, thank you for being so cool and supportive for nearly a third of my lifetime.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Kebabs.
It's really, you know what? To celebrate you today, very, very awesome.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. That's great. Thanks for being a small part of our lives. It's really special.
Joshua writes in and says, birthday tax. It's been a couple of rough years, and y'all have helped me through some. Y'all have helped me keep some of my sanity intact. Thank you, KF and KFBFs. If anyone is on TJ, you are invited for some burgers at 7. Hit me up.
We got another birthday. Heck yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Josh. Let's see. Oh, another. Brendan writes in here with another birthday tax. 49 and feeling fine. Thanks for the years of fun and knowledge, and keep being gentle with
You're
that
in your prime.
chicken.
At 49, I'm going to be in my prime.
I want to bring in some more super chats because people are talking about this. So
I like that.
Motor World Hype writes in and says, bless, I think it depends on the game, its mechanics and depth. An hour in Forza Horizon is not equal to an hour in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Mike, what do you think about that?
I mean, an hour in Forza Horizon, you're going to know if you're interested in a racing game for the next 25 hours or not, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think for sure you would know that. But what was the other one, right? That clearly had way more
Final
depth
Fantasy
and
VII
systems.
Rebirth.
Yeah, because like, I mean, there's going to be games that are going to have long story cutscenes, a slow burn and a start, but at least with Final Fantasy VII, they're going to capture you with the story, right? Like it's a story-based game, so it's on them in that first hour to be like, hey, Bless, there's a cool narrative here, and we want you to come along for the ride. Hey, Bless, we're going to infiltrate this enemy base. We're going to show you at least the basics of combat, and hopefully you're interested in that, and if you're not, then you know that this isn't going to be for you.
Yeah. I guess the question I'd throw back at y'all is it a timing thing, right? Is it the fact that we're at launch and you would expect reviews by now, right? But the fact that people are getting codes in today, they're just going to give you their impressions. Like, is that it? Because, like, I feel like if this is a year ago or 2 years ago and I told you, hey, I played an hour of Lost Soulside, that'd be a thing that y'all for sure would click on and be excited for.
This feels like a Steam refund it or keep playing situation like Mike and Nick did with Mind's Eye, where we put you and Andy in the room and just say, you got 2 hours on the clock. We refunded it or we keeping it? You know what I mean? Like that kind of situation.
I mean, speaking of that, right? Jakey-san writes in and says, Steam offers refunds on a game after playing up to a couple hours. First impressions do matter. Lucid Dream writes in and says, people conflating initial thoughts with a review. And that's like the thing that I'm trying to disconnect is like, I am not giving my review of Lost Soulside. I am telling you my impressions of the first hour of the game because we got the code this morning and nobody here has played the game. And so I figured that would be valuable content. But again,
I thought it was pretty good.
Let me know. I'm so interested in what people's thoughts are. But Mike, we got a lot more news to cover. So before we get there, I want to tell you about patreon.com/kindafunny and youtube.com/kindafunnygames where you can go and get the Kinda Funny membership, which allows you to get shows ad-free. Speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
This episode's brought to you by Xreal. As of August 25th, Xreal One Pro is finally available on Amazon and BestBuy.com. Plus, it's back in stock now on Xreal.com. A few months ago, my life changed forever when I brought a pair of Xreal One Pro AR glasses on a incredibly long flight to New York City. I legit could not believe how easy it was to use and how high quality my experience was playing games with my Steam Deck and watching movies with my phone on the plane on a theater-sized OLED screen right in front of my eyes without too much extra stuff or a giant goofy headset involved. No joke, this is my favorite new piece of tech in years, and it has earned a permanent spot in my travel bag. It's only hard to believe it works as well as I'm saying until you try Xreal AR glasses for yourself, and then you will see that the tech is here. Connect Xreal One Pro glasses to whatever you're playing, like a handheld console, PC, phone, or home console, and get a massive 150-inch virtual screen anywhere, anytime for any game. Gaming on the go, like a long flight, you need Xreal One. Neck starting to hurt from staring down at your handheld? You need Xreal One. It's plug and play with all your devices via USB-C, built-in audio with sound by Bose, anchoring your screen literally anywhere in space, 1080p Full HD, and you can make it bigger, smaller, farther, closer, ultra-wide, or regular widescreen, horizontal, vertical, even 3D if you have a 3D movie. It's all built in and can be controlled by pressing a few buttons on the glasses. These are what make Xreal One Pro a must-have. Xreal One Pro is now available on Amazon and BestBuy.com, and from August 25th through September 1st, you can get $50 off if you bundled Xreal One Pro with the Xreal Beam Pro AR mobile device on Amazon or Xreal.com. There is nothing better than when a sponsor of Kinda Funny is something we are legitimately obsessed with. So get yours today at kindafunny.com/Xreal. That's kindafunny.com/Xreal.
And we're back with story number 3. Former Black Panther developers join Wizards of the Coast for new game project. This is Rebekah Valentine at IGN. A group of individuals who formerly worked at the now shuttered Cliffhanger Games on its canceled Black Panther game have been picked up by Wizards of the Coast for a new project. As reported by GamesIndustry.biz, the group is led by Monolith Productions veteran Michael DePlatter, who previously was director of design on Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor and VP creative for Middle-earth: Shadow of War. Quote, "We were actually able to bring him and 14 key people that he's worked with there, and many of them at Monolith, to incubate a new game for us," said Wizards of the Coast president John Haidt to GamesIndustry.biz. He added that the project is still in early stages and is expected to go through a lengthy concept process. Haidt compared it to a similar new D&D video game project Wizards of the Coast is supervising under Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order director Stig Asmussen. The 14 other developers joining DePlatter are veterans of Cliffhanger Games, a studio formed under EA in 2023, largely comprised of veterans from DePlatter's Shadow of Mordor team. The studio was working on a single-player action-adventure open-world Black Panther game as part of a multi-title collaboration between EA and Marvel. However, the game was canceled and the studio closed earlier this year as EA moved to focus on only a small handful of franchises: Battlefield, The Sims, Skate, and Apex Legends, alongside its sports division. Mike, those Black Panther developers moved over to Wizards of the Coast.
Yes.
Who me and you love.
I love Wizards of the Coast. I don't like their games, bless. I had to look up Wizards of the Coast video games. And of course, there's Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, which I played with Gary Whitta back in the day. And I did not enjoy. We are riding the high, of course, of Magic. You think of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3, right? And so this is cool. This is one like, put a little eye on that one of like, hey, we'll see that in the future. We'll see if anything positive comes from this. But always cool to hear that we're giving people more jobs, giving them the opportunity to hopefully create something. And maybe you would love to see this get to the finish line and for it to be something really good.
Yeah, I would love to see, because you mentioned you don't love their games, right? I would love to see them get there. I would love to see them, if they're able to spin up, a couple of studios or grow these studios into something that could be special. Because yeah, you're sitting on well, you're not sitting on D&D, right? But you have D&D, and you have the future of Baldur's Gate, or the future of what could be way more D&D games, right? Like D&D is such a huge thing in the world, and there's so much sauce for, I think, what it can offer in video games, as we've seen who's gonna work on the next Baldur's Gate? We don't know yet, right? Like, who's gonna work on the next, like, you know, non-Baldur's Gate D&D games? I would love to see that go somewhere. And also, you have the other franchises that you have as well. So, you know,
Yeah.
I love this. I was thinking about Black Panther yesterday, actually, just randomly, of like, man, I can't believe EA had a Black Panther game, an open world Black Panther game, and that didn't get to the finish line.
Oh.
Because that is a moneymaker. And I get licensing. I get like, you know, the video games industry is in such a fucked place right now. I get all that shit, right? But like, a Black Panther video game would do such numbers.
Yeah.
And the fact that you fucking, that just went through your fingers there. Damn.
Crazy.
Insane. Let's move on to story number 4. Alex Garland really wanted the Elden Ring movie to happen. This is Tyler Colp at PC Gamer. If there were any concern that Alex Garland isn't an Elden Ring fanboy, we now have evidence that the movie director is as devoted to From Software's 2022 epic as the rest of us. In addition to playing the game several times through, he was apparently so eager to make a live-action Elden Ring film that he wrote up an entire script before anyone had signed off on it. Tucked inside a New Yorker feature about A24's rise in the film industry and its future ambitions is a small anecdote about how the upcoming Elden Ring movie was born. According to the story, A24 head of film Noah Sacco visited Garland and watched him play the game after the director gushed about it on the phone. Impressed by the fantasy world and its similarities to Lord of the Rings, Sacco gave Garland a fuck yeah when he asked if A24 would work with him on it. And instead of bringing just the pitch alone to From Software and Bandai Namco, Garland spun up a 160-page script and 40 pages of imagery to convince creator Hidetaka Miyazaki that he was serious about it. It's strangely fitting that despite not knowing what the Elden Ring movie will be about, we do know that its director is about as obsessed with it as its fans. Not that you need to be as a requirement, but it's nice knowing a world as large and eccentric as Elden Ring seems to be is in caring hands. That's crazy.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
It's a wild story to follow and be like, wow, this guy is really into it, and it seems like they're got a good match.
Dude, 160 pages of a script? When they first announced this,
Yeah.
I was a little bit like, oh man, Elden Ring movie, Alex Garland. Like, I like Alex Garland, but like Elden Ring, that seems like a lot. Now I'm fully in.
Seems like the guy's into it.
Now that I've had time to sit with it and to like read more about it, and I know this is gonna come off as like, oh man, I'm being tricked by the marketing. I'm being fucking fully got here. But I don't know. Everything here sits right with me as far as how they're talking about it, as far as I think understanding the weight of the IP and how much it means to the audience and how dedicated people want you to be with an Elden Ring. Like, that shit means something to people. And video game adaptations, even though in recent years have gotten better, still I think come with a level of like people not trusting that it's going to come out and be all the way good type shit. I think they're saying all the right things to make people go, okay, maybe this is in good hands.
The next thing you're going to hear is when they start shooting, they're going to be like, Alex Garland brought on Vati Vidya. He's on the set.
Dude,
He's providing information on the background. That's what you're going to hear next.
100%.
And everybody's going to be like, what? That's crazy.
You're gonna get set photos of, you're gonna have Vati Vidya and George R. R. Martin
They're going to be pointing at things.
and Miyazaki all standing next to each other, like pointing out things,
Yes.
Making directions. Let me check into the super chat, see what people are saying. Motor World Hype writes in and says, this is the canceled Black Panther game. Is there any info floating out there as to why the single player Black Panther game was canceled, but the single player Iron Man game wasn't? I think that just comes down to different studios.
Okay.
That would be my assumption, right? Of like, hey, maybe progress on the Iron Man game is just looking better than the progress of the Black Panther game. But who knows? Joshua Mitchell writes in and says, I love D&D and D&D games, but whenever I hear about Wizards of the Coast getting into games, I get worried. Do we remember the MTG RPG that died on the Vine years ago? I don't remember this.
No, I have no idea about this.
A Magic the Gathering RPG. They're supposed to make a movie or something, right?
Yeah, I thought they had. That's going to be another great one for your podcast. Like, are we taking this or we let this go?
God. Story number 5. Like a Dragon's developer is set to hold its next big reveal event ahead of Tokyo Game Show. This is Andy Robinson at VGC. Like a Dragon / Yakuza developer, Ryuga Gotoku Studio has confirmed it'll hold its annual summit live stream ahead of Tokyo Game Show next month. This year's event will take place on Wednesday, September 24th at 8 p.m. PT, followed by an RGG Direct, which will further detail some of the announcements made during the summit, it said. Last year's RGG Summit, which also took place ahead of TGS, saw the announcement of Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which was released the following February. In addition to the next Like a Dragon entry, it's possible the RGG Summit could reveal more details about Stranger Than Heaven, the game previously unveiled as Project Century. Do you think we get a new Like a Dragon game announced? Because we got the pirate one. I feel like we get these spin-offs.
We're rolling.
We're rolling in
We are
Like a
rolling
Dragon
right now. I mean, I would love to see more Ichiban, right? But like, are we already there for another one of those?
I'm going to say...
It's crazy. They keep pushing it, you know?
I'm going to say zombies. I think you get... Because they had one called Dead Souls, chat? I remember there being like a zombie or undead Yakuza game for PS3 that came out like 15 years ago or something. I remember seeing it on the shelf of GameStop.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. You call it Dead Souls?
Dead Souls?
Yeah.
I think something like that. Either we're bringing that back or like, I don't know. They've gone back in time. They've done zombies. They've done pirates.
Yeah.
Where do you go from here?
Space. You go to space.
You go to space.
I mean, shout out to this team for just absolutely cooking. They have found their, kind of lane. They're sticking in it. They're having fun within it. As someone who really jumped on board with Pirate Yakuza, and I finally got like, I'm in now and having a good time with it. I'm definitely excited, especially Project Century. That definitely wowed us all of like, oh, this is exciting to look at. I can't wait for more. I'm excited to see more of that. If they bring back Ichiban, of course, I like him a lot. I just can't. Well, I'm turning the corner on turn-based games right now, so like maybe I can finally really dive in. But I do love the character. I love his cast and crew. So even if we just get a little teaser of what could be way out in the future of him showing up, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, Virtual Fighter. I imagine we get the next Virtual Fighter they're working on. Dude, I would love like a demo of Stranger Than Heaven. Like I'm sure maybe previews or something something to that effect. Right, come out. That game looks fucking sick.
Roger somewhere out there and Brittany are both looking around excited for this. Yeah.
God. Story number 6. Elden Ring Nightreign is getting even harder in September. This is Andrew Webster at The Verge. If From Software's multiplayer take on Elden Ring was just a little too easy for you, the dev has just the thing coming up. The studio announced Deep of Night, a new mode for Nightreign that is focused specifically on difficulty. Namely, it sounds like it'll make things much harder. From describes it as a high difficulty challenge mode designed for seasoned players who have navigated through the night many times. There aren't a lot of firm details right now, but the mode will include stronger enemies, weapons with detrimental effects, and a difficulty level that, quote, increases the deeper you descend. It sounds like there are 5 layers to work your way through, and if you make it through the first 3, you'll be treated to an endless battle for those seeking even greater thrills. Sounds like just the thing for Nightreign sickos, and it's also launching pretty soon. Deep of Night will be available September 11th. You excited for this? You ready to play Elden Ring Nightreign, but harder?
It's already very hard.
What you doing September 11th?
I need... Never
playing this. Never forget. Never forget.
I'm never forgetting.
Yeah.
Man, I need something to bring me back into that one. I was the big live service guy of like, I need more of this all the time. And I fell off hard after I beat the first run of bosses. That was kind of the end for me. I didn't go back to when they did the, hey, once a week or whatever, we're going to pick one boss, make them even harder here. Hey, we've now got duos mode. Like none of that brought me back. And so I need an excuse to come back to it because I love this game so much. And so maybe, I mean, the interesting part here, maybe I haven't played in a long time. It sounds like there are 5 layers to work your way through now.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I mean, I was always used to the 3 days and then the idea of like an endless battle, right?
That
Give me
sounds
some
cool.
sort of crazy horde mode, a boss rush mode where the bosses just keep coming, but eventually me and Bless like only have so many flasks and eventually they wear out and it's like, well, we can't get past this guy.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, this is more support than I think I expected this game to get, and I absolutely love it, right? Like, I thought this really was going to be a set it and forget it. Hey, we put it out. We'll add some, like, variable stuff in there. It's From Software, but after this, we're going to move on to the next thing. We're going to start focusing in on Duskbloods and the next big From Software game. The fact that this is getting so much, so many tweaks, so many updates, right? You got the 2-player like duo mode that people have been asking for. It seems like they're doing all the things that people want with Elden Ring Nightreign. And I fell off of it. Like, I mean, I played a lot of hours of Nightreign, but I didn't beat like those last 2 to 3 bosses.
Complete the 8.
I didn't complete them fully. This is something that's making me want to go back though.
Yes.
Like I'll totally go back for this.
Okay. I like that, Bless. Maybe you and I can go back. We'll get Andy to jump in. But yeah, I mean, the positive here is if you're a From fan, right? You're looking at it, it's like they're constantly updating this game. They're learning. They're getting better, right? And if multiplayer is not your bag, that's just fine. But for the people who want to team up with their friends for the future of all of this and the stuff, it seems like they're learning and growing and getting better each and every time. So that's exciting stuff to me, who is looking for that kind of aspect of their games.
Yeah. Story number 7. Crystal Dynamics has been hit with layoffs. This comes directly from a post they made on LinkedIn. Today, we made the very difficult decision to part ways with a number of our talented colleagues as a result of evolving business conditions. This decision was not made lightly. It was necessary, however, to ensure the long-term health of our studio and core creative priorities in a continually shifting market. To those impacted, we recognize and thank you for your hard work, talent, and passion. We are committed to offering the full extent of our support and resources at our disposal during this transition. To our teams, players, and partners, thank you for your continued support as we build a creative, sustainable, and resilient tomorrow together. This includes the future of Tomb Raider, which remains unaffected by this decision. Now, to add a little bit of context to this story, I'm pulling this from Rebekah Valentine's story about this at IGN. While the statement does not explicitly mention Perfect Dark as the reason behind the layoffs, multiple former workers have posted on social media whose posts and profiles suggest that was the game they were working on. These layoffs seem to be a delayed reaction to Xbox canceling Perfect Dark, which Crystal Dynamics was working on with The Initiative earlier this year. The Initiative was shuttered at the time of cancellation back in July.
Yeah, shout out to Rebekah Valentine for adding that extra context. I think most of you knew after hearing that story, you immediately point to, well, yes, they canceled Perfect Dark with Xbox. That means the cash flow. That means that team is probably getting the axe, and that absolutely sucks. And yeah, we're kind of getting the fallout of that right here now.
Yeah, it sucks. Again, this is another one to like the conversation of Xbox and what's going on with like the publishing over there and what's going on with like a lot of the partnering deals that they've seemingly slashed, right? Whether it's this, whether it's the John Romero game, whether it is...
What happened to Contraband? Did that finally get slashed?
Yes, Contraband got slashed as well, right? Like, it seems like there was a long list of those. I forget if I made the bet with somebody, but I think me and Greg were talking about the Kojima game and whether or not you see that slashed.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but the more we get these stories, the more I'm like, not looking good. I think that's the last one to hang on.
That was during probably the games industry really feeling COVID and riding that high and starting to stretch out of like, well, let's double down on this. Let's make as much as possible. And then we had the snapback of like, oh, wow, we're not there yet. And the money there is not there. We're going to start cutting everything. And we're seeing the rollout of that here for sure.
Yeah. It's just a ridiculous amount of studios and games in development. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like after all those acquisitions, one, you have the snapback of like, all right, like Call of Duty now is now becoming our focus as far as what we really need to monetize and what Microsoft is like, you know, what they have their eyes on, but then also the industry and how they've snapped back in general. But beyond that, Microsoft, as far as the amount of game studios they already owned, like they have a lot of fucking studios, and then you're gonna partner with more studios to make more first-party things. I mean, that seems so unsustainable.
We could go deep into it, Bless, of like Game Pass and the need for a larger catalog at all times, right? You could talk about COVID and post-COVID of gamers were gaming, and there was just so much money flowing into that.
Yeah.
And they thought, we're going to ride this high, right? And we kind of snapped back into reality. It was like, well, we overestimated a lot of that, and now this isn't happening, right? And so there's just so much. There's projects that are coming out that aren't hitting, and now you got to reevaluate your projects of like, ooh, that might not be worth our time and effort here. When do we cut this off? And yeah, Microsoft had a lot of money to play with and be able to get involved in the double down of, hey, the more games, the better, so we can really get people over here. Now it's more, hey, how do we put our games everywhere and we just make money off those games?
Yeah. Story number 8, Mega Hawlucha has been announced for Pokemon Legends Zeta A. This is Jordan Midler at Video Games Chronicle. I'm sure we'll talk about this more on Gamescast. But they announced Mega Hawlucha will debut in Pokemon Legends Zeta A. Yeah, we can bring up the video. There's not really much to this story.
I mean, where's Greg Miller?
This is one just to excite Greg.
He was tweaking about. Yeah.
So they announced this via like this fun animation where it's Hawlucha versus Machamp. It's funny because they title it just Full Match, Machamp versus Hawlucha.
That's cool.
Well, yeah, like you see the Mega Evolution happen about halfway through. It looks pretty cool.
I love this
pretty
stuff. You give me more Pokemon stuff like this. Any Pokemon stuff that I can just watch and enjoy and sit back, I'm in for, bless.
1000%. Yeah, I agree with that actually. Give me more Pokemon. I know there's a million Pokemon animations already, but yeah, give me more. I'll watch the shorts.
Yeah, I love the shorts. Also, but like, here's the problem, bless. I'm on a different Pokemon right now when it comes to the fighting genre.
Yeah.
Because I'm riding the high. We're calling it my crutch right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen Sumo Wrestling Pikachu.
No.
There's a Pokemon that looks like Pikachu, but he's like a boxer / sumo wrestler is what I call him. He's my guy right now, so I can't get behind any other fighting type
Look
Pokemon.
how cool he looks. This is what I want to do, not now, but sometime, is we create a Pokemon party for Greg. Like the perfect Greg Miller Pokemon party.
Pokemon Stadium mini games. Cake.
No, not party. Not like party is in like.
Oh, you want to pick a 6?
Pick a 6. Yeah.
Okay, pick 6.
And we throw a party. And we throw a party too.
Party poppers.
We get cake. We get Pokemon Stadium mini games, but also it's like, what is Greg Miller's 6 Pokemon that he has? Hawlucha is one of them.
Oh, you're putting that one down there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think he already loves Hawlucha.
Okay.
Hawlucha, Porygon. He loves Porygon.
Okay.
These are the ones he loves.
Don't share yours yet. We all bring him a different 6, and then he picks.
Oh,
without knowing
whose
favorite 6 is what. He picks who's his favorite.
I like this.
Who he would get down with.
If we thought ahead of this, we could have done this for the next episode for Gamescast.
Right here. All of us walk up and present our 6.
Because for me, it's like, are there 6 wrestling Pokemon? You know what I mean? Hawlucha, Incineroar, Machamp, and then 3 more.
Okay, that's pretty
and not
good.
just fighting, but like wrestling.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to spoil it for you.
I like that. Yeah.
Because I think when we do, that's going to be big.
I think that would be fun.
That's going to be a big idea. But if I wanted something smaller, Mike, say the tiniest news I need to know about.
You gave me a mega packed show, a big show.
Big show.
I would like to take us to our last news story, the We News channel, where we cover all the small news items that people need to know about.
Story number 9 is We News. Sworn launches September 25th on Xbox, PS5, Switch, and PC. And then Xbox has detailed its August 2025 update. You're getting cross-device and cloud playable play history. You're getting My Apps section on Xbox PC, better controller navigation in the Xbox PC app, more games added to retro classics, and then new stream your own games and play anywhere titles. And that is it for Wii News. Let's take another peek into Super Chats real quick before we get out of here. Red Misfit writes in and says, Bless, you mentioned on a previous episode some kind of West African rice that is really good. What's it called again, and what's good to eat with it? It's called jollof rice, spelt Jollof. Make sure you get the Nigerian jollof specifically, all right? Don't go to these other places for your jollof rice, all right?
Lock it in.
You want Nigerian jollof rice specifically. And usually it's served with like a meat. You know what I mean? Like,
okay,
you don't
some sort of protein. You gotta have
some sort of protein
mix in there.
Yeah, but like jollof rice is the main dish. I know a lot of cultures you have rice as the side. Jollof rice is the main.
Okay,
and then you have like your meat as the side.
Yes,
and so
yes,
pretty it's simple as that. Maybe some fried plantain actually. Fried plantain to eat with it is good. You know. Uncle Death writes in and says, Hey, Mike, just curious, what's up with NBA 2K and why is it so garbage?
Yeah, Uncle Death is riding my ass. Well, you're going to find out this Friday when I play NBA 2K because I'm making a player and I'm getting back to the neighborhood. But you just can't say that.
You just can't say that.
You
can't call it that.
say that, okay? We're talking about a franchise over 2+ decades in the works. You can't just say the whole franchise is garbage. That's crazy talk. Crazy talk.
Mr. Hawks writes in and says, Attention, all SLC KFBFs. My RSL group is hosting a free event tomorrow night at Urban Lounge. Live music from local bands and a raffle with awesome prizes come through.
That's Real Salt Lake.
Oh, okay.
Soccer.
Nice.
Football.
Football, as they call it. Yeah. Well, there you go. I love people that are just now using this as like advertising local events to our worldwide audience. Hey, if you happen,
just in case,
if you happen to be in my neighborhood,
you know what the fun part about that is, like, it's worldwide, but it's also a small world. You never know who could hear that and come by.
That's true. That's very true.
You know what I mean? Yep.
Mellowfellow says, calling it now, Mario Party Yakuza game early 2026. I love that idea. Kobe writes in, this is Kobe Arndt, and says, Bless, I live in Seattle and hope to see you at PAX. That being said, I'm always looking for food spots to hit up. Any suggestions? Ooh. Mike, do you have any Seattle food suggestions? You've been to Seattle, right?
I've been to Seattle. Do I have any food suggestions? Absolutely not. I've only been a couple of times. I mean, I'm the normal tourist guy, right? You got to go up to Space Needle.
Yeah.
You got to go down to Pike's Place Market. If you have an opportunity, you see a Mariners game and or Seahawks game, a blast to be over there. But that's all I got. Food-wise, no.
Dick's Driving. That's
Okay.
yeah, that's very much like kind of like how Beeps is here.
Oh.
If you're like late
If it's
night,
like that, then you got to go.
Yeah, it's like Beeps,
Oh.
right? Late night, you're hanging out with friends, maybe you're a little drunk, want a cheap burger option, but like still something that's kind of fun.
Snap.
Dick's Drive-In. See, the thing is, I don't know which restaurants are still open because I liked Marination when I lived in Seattle, but like the pandemic fucked up a lot of spots. Marination was like a Hawaiian food spot.
Oh,
that was really, really good. Let me think of one more.
Go see the campus as well.
UW.
Go Dogs.
I love UW, yeah. One more I'll throw out to you. And this is honestly this is a spot that I try to gatekeep a little bit, but I'm done gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Baitong. All right.
Oh, you've been trying to gatekeep this.
Yes.
Well, you're willing to let the people know.
I'm letting the people know, all
Good.
right?
You should be putting on the people. Yeah, let them know.
It's been a long episode of KFGD and we're here. All right. You made it this far. You deserve you deserve to hear about Baitong. All right. BAI space TONG. It's a Thai restaurant. And they make some of the best old fashions I've ever had.
Oh.
If you like old fashions,
Okay.
Baitong.
One more call out. It's not game or it's not food. Pink Gorilla Games. I always enjoy. Going to.
Pink Gorilla.
If I'm up there.
Oh no, Big Bad Beluga in chat said, and this is funny. I used to go to Baitong with Big Bad Beluga. He says Baitong isn't good anymore, unfortunately.
Fell off.
Damn, that's tough.
How many times you have to test a place before you say it's fallen off? Because what if they just have
Twice.
one bad night?
Yeah, I'll give you one bad night. If I go the next time and it's still bad, then you've fallen off.
I give them 3.
3.
On the 3rd, I put the napkin on it.
The third time you're putting the napkin on
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna give you 2. Bless had a bad day in the kitchen right there.
Yeah.
Bad meal. I show up
Man.
one more time. This is gonna be like am I gonna do this? One more bad meal. It's like, okay, 3rd time, that's it.
One more spot I'll throw out there, and I've not had this spot, but I'm planning on going. And don't try to catch me there. All right, don't wait for me. But I'm planning on going when I'm down there this weekend. King's Barbecue in International District. It's right. It's actually really close to the Pink Gorilla in International District.
Okay.
Keith Lee actually put me onto this place.
Keith
Not
Lee.
personally. He put up a video. And it's barbecue duck. They give you a full ass duck. They'll cut off the head, but they'll give you the full ass duck. And I watched Keith Lee eat King's Barbecue, and he made that shit look so good.
Oh.
It's duck and rice. That's all. That's
He's
all
still
it is.
making videos?
That's a
I
good
haven't
question.
been getting a lot of Keith Lee on my feed anymore.
Same.
And I'm on every single night for hours on end, and I'm not getting Keith Lee like I used to.
There we go. Yeah, King's Barbecue House here.
Okay. Oh.
And I used to love the International District. I used to hang out in the International
Okay.
District all the time because the dance studio that I would go to sometimes is there. Shout out that dance studio.
You think about stopping by, popping and locking, give a quick little.
I mean, yeah. Actually, yes.
moment?
You say that.
Like,
but
you
like,
thinking about dropping it?
I was looking at their schedule to see if they had any like events. And they didn't have any like battles or anything, but I might drop
Okay.
by for a class. And that is it for Wii. Oh, that's not it for Wii News. Hold on. We got one more from Mad Rocks. Who Mad Rocks was making me
Super
mad
chat,
earlier,
right?
but I'll read this thing. He said, tied to the Pokemon Z to A news, CMLL is doing matches to promote Pokemon in September 21st.
CMLL.
All right. No idea what that is, but again, hey, I'll take in the local advertisements.
Comcast. Long look. I don't know.
Let's hop into kindoffunny.com/you're wrong, where you write in, let us know what we got wrong as we got it wrong, so we can correct it for those watching later on YouTube and listening later on podcast services around the globe. Interesting. Noctis writes in and says, Blessing said Final Fantasy 13 verses. It's Final Fantasy verses 13. Is that
Oh.
true?
Okay.
I think I've always called it 13 verses. And so that's a good you're wrong if that's actually wrong. Gary the Third says Magic is getting an animated TV show on Netflix.
Okay.
This is from yesterday. We're not doing the one from yesterday. Eric says, hold on.
There might be a lot from yesterday. Should I look? Help you out?
Oh, here we go. Oh, we just got one more from Timmy Buddy who says CMLL is a Mexican wrestling company. It is the oldest active wrestling promotion in the world.
Wow.
Yeah,
So they're gonna have Pokemon battles after the wrestling event.
that's pretty sick. I feel like that's the right audience too.
Now, how do you host that? You bring in your Nintendo DS and we'll battle, or I have 7 Nintendo DSs and I let you battle on those.
I mean, soon it's gonna be Pokemon Champions. You just put your Pokemon in that. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Mike, that brings us to the end of Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every week, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. Enjoy the Gamescast next and everything happening after. But until next time, game daily.